Good morning. This is the Gypsy Hermit Tarot. Welcome to my channel. When it comes to donating to my channel or sometimes booking me for a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. So this is a Divine Feminine reading, any sign. I have my hot water with lemon instead of, what do I usually have? I think I usually have coffee. I already have my coffee, sometimes iced tea. But yeah, this is hot water with lemon in my favorite mug. I didn't use my favorite pot holder because, oh my God, it's just so bad now. So I have to find one that I really love, love, love. But this is the second runner up. It's a farm one, which I love anything having to do with farming. So, yep, that's where we're at today. Um, I know I haven't done a reading in a long time, right? Probably a month or so, but it's because I'm in graduate school and I'm going through a lot with my children. So, just very busy. Um, Let me give you, I'm going to first look at the bottom of the deck before I pull cards. But this is really going to just be a check-in to see what's going on with Divine Feminine and her masculine or masculine energy or just life. Okay. Already at the bottom of the deck, we see that there's a need for cleaning out, a need for purification, for cleansing, for, yeah, cleansing. So you may have fallen back. You know, if you have been on a glow up, you may have fallen back into old habits of overeating or eating crap food and not eating as much of your healthy foods, not drinking enough water, things like that. There's something that you fell back into, or even in toxic relationships or toxic cycles in the relationships or with the people that you have in your life. Let me say this because this is just on my mind, but some of it could have to do with your children. Like some of the toxicity has to do with your children, and because you're so devoted, it's just you're realizing that even when it comes to motherhood, there can still be a level of detachment for self-preservation's sake. See, because you're a divine feminine. This is the divine feminine, the cosmic egg. The divine feminine. And if you're not able to operate on the level of divine feminine, then that means your children, your devotion to family, whatever it is taking you away from your destiny. And that's not the journey. It's not. Like it's not. The divine feminine says, I hold the universe within me. I am the force of ever expanding love. Let me tell you this though. And this is true of all prophets, all spiritual beings, all mothers of very devoted beings. When it comes to motherhood, specifically, because it's showing up, so I'm going to address it, okay? Because there's something here that has to do with your life experience in the feminine deck where you already know. You already know what these things are. You already know what this behavior is about. You already know what to do when these types of people come into your life. But if you have minors, it's not like you can just chuck them. But but there's something you need to, and look at this. This Magic Garden and the Fire Garden are two cards of manifestation. Two cards of manifestation. So there's specific, something specific that we or you are supposed to be doing when it comes to how you manage your life. You're supposed to be the light. You're supposed to be the divine feminine, holding the universe within you, but you could have all of the light within you, but if you're not able to tap into it because you keep going through toxic cycles with those that are dependent upon you or members of your family or people at work, and it's just on a toxic level, though it's not even on regular everyday type of ways. There's something you have to re-manifest, you have to recreate. You already know what this is with the life experience. You already know it's some toxic shit. And what do we do with toxic shit? I had it right here. Ooh, god damn. What do we do with toxic? We separate as divine feminines. We don't stay in that shit. We separate. And even in marriage, we already know from the journey with our masculines. You can be in separation from someone even in the same house. That includes your children. Now, does that mean that you stop, doing the basics? Nope, but you can keep it to the basics, especially depending on how old they are. You can keep it to the basics, to that basic routine, and that will help them too. That will help them too. You don't need to join somebody else's toxic downward spiral. Nope. If you're being the light in your own life, that pulls people up, right? But if you join them in their madness, that pulls the whole house down. You can't do that. You can't do that, but it's hard, especially if you're an empathic mother, because you get drawn in, right? Because you love your children so much and you're devoted and dependable. So, no, get back into prayer, right? Get back into prayer. Find something or a support group. Something. Find something that you need that will help you yourself. Because look at this. You can't wait thinking that there's another lifetime that you're supposed to realize your destiny. You can't wait to do that. You are called to do whatever it is you're called to do right now. And that includes not allowing, even if it's just about loving yourself. If you've always loved everybody else and taken care of everybody else, and it's only really about loving yourself in this lifetime, you got to do that shit. You have to do it. Oh my God, I got ghetto heat going on, I think. Because the heat in here, I mean, it's not that cold outside, but it's cold. It's making me hot with my heat. I'm grateful for my heat, though. Anywho. So that's just looking at the bottom of the deck. When it comes to masculine energy, some of you may be dealing with an Aquarius. Someone is healing from something. They may be healing from, oh, wow. Healing their energy, right? From in and out, player energy, deceptive energy, healing that. Someone is healing that. There's Leo energy here with the sun. So abundance is on the horizon with this person. Cancer, Pisces energy with the moon. Secrets are being illuminated. They're being guided to see, right, how this past behavior of being a player, being deceptive, has affected not only the relationship or the connection with you, but also the stagnation when it comes to their abundance. This could be an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Let's take one more. This is someone that says, okay, I'm going to go on a new path. I'm going to try something new. I want to try, so they're leaving something behind to try a new path. maybe even a new study or a new relationship. They might have met a new person who is a guide, right? Not always romantic when someone new comes into your life, but this is the masculine energy. And so maybe that's why you're being pulled. You're being shown, no, mother, mother, okay? And even if you don't have children, whatever it is, you're being overwhelmed right now. And you need to clear up your energy from all that. You don't let yourself be overcome by the needs of others, no matter how it is. I remember when my children were babies, were newborn babies, each time, or probably just the first time, my pediatrician said to me, because I was a first time mother, but I was an older mother, so I was very committed. I knew her every sniffle, every breath. And he said, when you need to, if you've already done everything you need to do for the baby, let her cry for 10 or 15 minutes if you need a break, because you don't want to ever, take it out on her. Not that I would, but because the prevalence of it was so widespread, it's just become a norm that they warn you. He was like, not that I think you've done anything like that to your child, but you can take a break. All mothers need a break, even if it's just crying. You can be overwhelmed in all kinds of ways, but when you need to, and what I found is 15 minutes is a power break. You've heard of the 20-minute power nap. 15 minutes used to be all I needed. All I needed. And my children didn't cry a lot because I had them on such a schedule and I was dependable. My moon is in Taurus. I'm very routine. And most likely a lot of you are like that, Divine Feminine. You're always there. You take care of those that are in your life. But the thing about taking care of others is they take you for granted. And then as children grow, the older they grow, the more they think they're ready to be independent and they're not, and so they can become, it can just get bad. It can get very toxic. And so you're going to have to make a shift. You're very authentic, right? You're very authentic in whatever aspect of life that you're in. You're very authentic in it, but you're going to have to put yourself first. Yeah. There's probably, ooh, yeah. See, if you're dealing with teenagers, grumpy, you already know. Like, there's probably been storms. You have to be calm. You have to get your peace. You have to get your peace. Regardless of what your children are going through, you have to focus on purifying you, transforming yourself, and still being authentically you. You don't have to try and become some, I will only speak in a peaceful tone. No. Be yourself, but just don't, transform in a way that works for you. Make yourself a priority. That's all. That brings balance. Make yourself a priority within the dynamic that you're living, whether it's with your masculine or whether it's with your children. I have the feeling this shift with your children is coming because of the shift your masculine is making. Because if your masculine is making a shift, most likely you're going to come back into each other's, sphere. Yeah, you got to have faith. See beyond what you're presently going through, feminine. I can't, I'm like stuttering. Why am I stuttering? Why am I stuttering about seeing beyond the current situation? Because we get bombarded with the earthly realm and we don't see things. Look at this. Look at this. A mirror guardian, take time to reflect. We're not taking enough time. We're not reflecting on how it used to be. Sometimes, when our children become a certain age, we think about how much easier it was when they were small, or even how much easier it seemed just a year or two ago. You know what I mean? Whereas now it's probably totally transformed. It's like, what am I missing? What do I need to see? It might just be that you need a whole new environment. Like, you need to move, you need to travel, you need a change of scenery, you know, in order to make everyone in the family happy, or that everyone needs a new environment, or you do something. Yeah, your angels are with you though. Look at this. Yeah, this is about you. This is about you and your children. Some of you are going to give birth to an angel. Like, some of you are really going to give birth to an earth angel, or a prophet, or a messenger, or a divine feminine of the highest degree. But your angels are also with you. Some of you have a baby that passed who's an angel, and that's how you keep getting fed that the children you have are not doing what they're supposed to do, or not being the angels they were when they were born. Damn. What? Where did that come from? Oof. And because of that, you have to separate. You have to separate. It doesn't mean physically, but you have to, because you get to be just as authentic as they are. You get to be just as authentic as they are. You don't have to become repressed. Mm-mm. Heal the need. Figure out what the overgiving is about. Because as empaths, that's why sometimes we find people who are toxic, because we just want to heal. You know, we want to heal others. We want to give. We want to make it better. As mothers, we want to make it better. You can't make someone better. And I've learned this from my own experience all through my life. You cannot make anyone completely better. No matter how much you love them, no matter how much you give to them, you can't do it, because every life is on a journey. Every life is on a journey. And as much as sometimes we want, or most of the times we want to just stop our children in their tracks, stop our loved ones in their tracks, stop the masculines in our lives, we can't. He is only going through this shift because you've separated from him. You are, most of you, whoever this is resonating with, you're in separation from your masculine, whether he lives with you or not. For others, you're a mother, right, of children that you are currently going into separation from. Some of you, maybe even physically, but some of you mostly, it's going to be energetically. It's like, I'm taking my energy back. I'm taking all my extra effort back. Food, clothing, and shelter, that's all you're required. And the food does not have to be their favorite food. The clothing does not have to be their favorite clothing. The shelter does not have to be more decorations and more whatever they want in their bedrooms. No, it does not. And when people, yeah, because this is damaging your energy. This is sapping, and it may be that they do have a lot of issues, but it's sapping your strength. This is draining you, and it's not fair. It's not fair. You've been committed to your children or your loved ones for a long time, and you want to feel your own energy. You need to. A matter of fact, it's a requirement. Did you know you could be Queen of Swords with your children? Most of the time with children, they don't want it to last. They don't want mommy and Queen of Swords for a long period of time, but a month is not a long period of time to give yourself. Shit, depending on how old your children are, 3 months is not a long period of time to be in Queen of Swords. A matter of fact, three is a number of trial. And trial is a good way of shifting energy from maybe you've been too loosey goosey with the way things go on with the structure of the home as far as what you allow. Like if you are the type of mother that allows free expression sometimes with your children or all the time, that can go too far. That can go too far because they get to the point that they feel like you're equals. Well, no, no, you're not equals. Parents and children are not equals. I don't care what newfangled ideas, that's confusion. And that's also how you set up people who go out here and want to argue with bosses and get fired, argue with the police and get arrested. You know, and I'm not talking about people that don't do that and get arrested anyway. I'm not talking about injustice. I'm talking about we're supposed to be raising responsible, spiritually grounded human beings. Whatever your family legacy is of good, of the best in human capital, in human behavior and evolution, we're supposed to be raising that. And that takes discipline. That takes us raising them with discipline, and that takes them being able to I'm having a senior moment, being able to acquire and live as a disciplined human being. Okay? So this separates Queen of Swords is for you because not only will you not have, you need your Six of Wands. You need to go after your success, but it gives them some space too also. Keep it to the basics. And whatever rules you're going to enforce now that may be different, even with your partner, even with people, anybody. Like I have a sister who is like my best friend. I don't know that I'm her best friend. I don't think so. I think, but for me, she is the person that calls me almost every day. She's the person that I can say I need to take a break from just tapping into other people's energy in conversation. She understands that. She understands I'm an empathetic person. She understands how I've always functioned. And she's like, yep, take the time. I'm not, my only thing, I left her a window where call me, of course, if you're about to embark on travels, because that's where she's, that's the phase that she's in. And I support her in that. I want to know her good news, but then leave me to my journey because I just need, you know what I mean? We need that. I feel it. I know it. All the cards are saying that. Trust that whatever you need to do for yourself as a mother feminine, as a partner, as a wife, as a sibling, as a grandmother, that you can do it and they'll still be right there. They'll still be there once you've balanced out. There will still be light and love in your life, but you have to fill yourself up with it. I had to apologize to God in prayer, you know. So much, there's so much. Look at this. There's so much that you need. There's so much that you need right now. And it has nothing to do with anyone but you, your needs. You need to have a sense of freedom. And if you're a mother, I'm talking a lot of this. I'm talking to mothers. I know I'm not going through this. I'm not the only one going through this. I know it. I know it. You need to feel a sense of freedom. Many of us are going through a career change, and it's here. It's time for the change. Clean up your diet. Clean up everything you put in your body, how often you put, you don't need, listen, once we are grown into adulthood, we do not need a lot of food to keep this machine going. We don't. We don't. It takes very little. Did you know that? It doesn't take 3 meals a day. It doesn't. I'll do a talk on it. But it doesn't. So, and what you put into your body dictates the health of your mind as well. So if you're having an issue with toxic behavior in your home, change what the food that you bring into your home and the food that you cook for your family, and see if that doesn't make a difference. I'm talking to all of us. All right, let's get a divine guidance card. Isn't that beautiful? I love this deck. The cards are so pretty. All right, so this is number 32. 3 plus 2 is 5, change. 5 is the number for change. 32. Okay. Oh, come on. 32 is nectar of life. You work so hard and you are definitely to be commended for your efforts. Thank you. This card is asking you to slow down a little and enjoy the simple things in life. Spend some quality time with family and friends. Take time to embrace life and do some of the things you honestly enjoy. Focus your energy on activities and things that bring you true pleasure. Taste the sweetness of life. Feel empowered to pollinate and fertilize your dreams. So, the thing about it is when we are random and overwhelmed, our children pick up on that, especially if they're the kinds that are not very self-disciplined themselves just naturally. If they're the kind of child that depends on outside influence for their stability. And so what this card tells me is that maybe there needs to be a pulling back of extra, too much internet, too much outside influence. Pare things down to a simple, bare bones routine. Like the Amish, if you ever study lifestyles that are different from yours, like the Amish, and it's cleaning, it's working, it's praying, it's family and work is the majority of what they do. If you could do that for yourself, but also for your children, also for your mate, and keep it simple like that for a while, you'll find that becomes your new routine, and that anything else you need to add to that or that comes into that won't wreck you. It doesn't throw you, it doesn't stress you out. It doesn't stress you know what I mean? Yeah. But this is all about change. But changing in a simple way, changing for the better, keeping things natural. You don't have to be busy every moment of the day. So for someone like me, I'm a graduate student, I'm a full-time mother, I'm a writer, I do digital marketing, I have on my Facebook page, I am also looking for a way into a new career. So I'm looking really for an internship, right? To begin at the end of the program I'm studying in. I'm also looking for a teaching assistant position for next semester. But I don't need to do all of that every day. You know what I mean? I can actually chalk it up to do this number of things. Plus, I have homework every week. A lot of homework. It's a lot of reading and a lot of writing. So I need a schedule that's going, and I know how to make it. Don't worry, you don't have to give me advice. I've been doing this for a while, but I just need to make my schedule very simple. I should be able to do a reading once a day. I should be able to, but I'm not going to until I have a simple schedule down. It's up on my wall. I follow it every day so that doing one reading is not going to stress me out. Even if it's just that I'm doing a couple of small Pisces readings, or if I put it on all, if I do all zodiac signs, so every day I'm doing Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, like that, or two of them if they're not too long. But I should be able to do something for my tarot channel for at least an hour and a half every day. But if I'm stressed out, I'm not going to be able to fit it in. If I stay stressed out, I'm not going to be able to do everything. Writing? No. I have so many projects I've already basically laid out the groundwork for. And I'm talking to all of us, whatever your gifts are, whatever your destiny is, whatever. You can't fit everything in if it's not organized in a simple way. You know what I mean? That you're effective. You'll just keep crashing and burning, wondering why you now, again, need to clear up your energy. Why is your family chaotic? Why are the angel babies you gave birth to looking like nothing but some little demons? Why? Why are you stuck in what you've always done, the same mistakes you've made in your life experience? Why? Why are you being reminded that you're divine feminine? Why? So, let's see. Let's see what God says. Oh, the good news is, look at this. Look how beautiful. Yeah. Look how beautiful. The beautiful thing is you have so many options when it comes to transforming and manifesting what you want. You have so many options in the career that you've chosen, or even if you say, I just want to apply for a lot of different kinds of fields of endeavor and see which one gives me the great opportunity I've earned. You have so many options. But don't get confused, because I've fallen into that too. Don't get confused. The way that I chose my major for my master's, my first master's, was I made a list of 10 things ultimately that I would love to study. Then I whittled it down to 5. I whittled it down to 3. Then I whittled it down to 1. And when I was going to go pursue that one, on a whim, I said, let me see if I can take a writing course, because I saw some available. I took one short story fiction writing course and changed my major. You see, I knew I was supposed to do it. So do that when it comes to careers. I'm going to do that too, actually. No more procrastinating or confusing. If you're applying for new opportunities, but it's like, well, which way should I go? If it's time for a new career, well, you already had career change in the mix, it's time for that. But how do you get there? You got to know it's singleness of purpose. So even if you're choosing two different careers, or not two different careers, but two different fields, but you want to have the same impact, no matter what field you go into, it's still singleness of purpose. Your purpose is one. It's straightforward. You can't have multiple purposes. What is your purpose? All right, let's see what God has to say. Get 4 cards for Divine Feminine. Yeah. If you have been in hermit mode, sorry, it's still time. Not time to come out yet. It's not time to come out, but it's time for you to perfect it and be the most effective. Clarify the hermit mode. See if what I'm saying shows up. Clarify hermit mode. 6 of Pentacles. Yep. It's about really being balanced in hermit mode. Like I said, make your routine simple, stupid. Time for prayer, time for meditation, time for when you eat. Not eating out when it's not time to eat, right? Let me drink some of my water. What day of the week is good for writing? What day of the week is good for your music? What day of the week is good for tarot? What day of the week is good? Having time in every day, though, for certain things should be an everyday occurrence, like exercise and prayer and meditation. Just your time alone to chill and focus your energy, right? That's why it's still hermit mode, because your hermit mode needs to get sharper when you communicate. Communicating in the best manner. I was taught if you think 5 times before you speak, you'll not only say the right thing, but you'll say it in the right way. So practicing that, but also when it comes to your children, one of the things children will do is, "Mommy, I want." Even if they're older, "Mommy, I want my," no, 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 no. You know, don't be don't be intimidated when it comes to the challenge of putting yourself first in a balanced way, that you need to communicate that. Don't be intimidated where you are not effective in the motive you have behind what you're doing, that it doesn't shine through in the way that you're doing it, in the way you're communicating that, in the way you're thinking about it before you communicating it, and then going forward uncompromisingly. Whether it's husband, lover, friends, family, children, no matter who it is, co-workers. Do you know how many people are tried on jobs, whether it's blue collar, fast food, retail, corporate, no matter what it is? Do you know how many people are tried that they're not standing up for themselves in a work environment, and they allow people to put more on them than they're supposed to? But because you don't want to lose your job, or you don't want to be labeled as a troublemaker, or a bitch, feminine, we're so afraid, especially when we get, on any level, actually, because if you're a good worker and people know that you will find your peers accusing you of being a bitch, or she thinks she's better than everybody, because you authentically are a good worker. And that's from the bottom to the top. I wouldn't give a fuck. I never have. I don't care what people think about me. And because of that, most of the time, they don't bring that shit to me. Talk behind my back. I'll feel that, but I won't give it no time. Because what you can't mess with is my reputation. Ever, never, ever. Okay? So be authentic no matter where you are. Give yourself the freedom. Where was it? With the grumpy. This, even if this is your children, but this is also about being authentic. But I also had an authentic card, didn't I? I know I did. It was one of the Divine Feminine cards. Yeah. Be authentic no matter where you are, no matter where you go, no matter what you're doing. You get to be authentic even with your children. You get to be authentic. Even at your job, you get to be authentic. Even on your tarot channel, when other tarot readers, we love, that's women. That's some of the toxicity in women. We love to talk about what somebody isn't, that we are so much better than because we don't do this. I don't talk about myself. Like I always say, I'm in the elder of my years. This is a part of my culture. If your culture does not counsel the young, my culture does. Now, these days, everybody's so damn rebellious under uh, in their 20s and under, all the way down to 5 years old, you got people doing shit they have no business, speaking in ways that are so disrespectful. So I'm going to speak to that whenever I get the chance. And I'm going to share that I'm right in this journey with you. Why is that helpful? Because some of you that have partners, you talk as if your life is perfect and what everybody else is going through, you're not going through. You going through that shit. You've dealt with getting cheated on and shit. You've cheated on your partner and shit. You fucking around, hoeing around and shit, talking to feminines. While we always got some shit to say. None of us perfect. None of us. Oh my gosh, she curses. She's getting a second master's, but she uses slang because you know why? I was raised in an educated family. I was. But I'm the black sheep like a motherfucker. So I have had friends from friends that grew up in low income to very bougie, very high class. And it's a comfort zone for me when I can just sometimes talk in a way that's not perfect because it's just flowing on the gist of what I'm saying, the pure human condition and understanding. I love to be able to relate to anybody. I've always been that way. I've always had friends from every race, every class. That's a true servant. And I wasn't thinking that I was trying to be a servant. It's just coming to me right in this moment. I've always been able to serve anybody. I've always been able to listen closely to anyone in any type of speech or accent or what. And I made an effort to do it. Why? Because nobody else was. So don't act like there's a problem with everybody but you. We all have things to work on. Work on your shit. You shouldn't have time to criticize anyone. None of us is living a easy life. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how much support in your life you have, because most of the people that get a lot of support don't appreciate it, which is why they keep seeking it from everybody, because they so damn self-centered and spoiled. Nobody's listening to me. No, because you run everybody away with your bullshit. And you keep draining everybody else trying to get what you need or you think you need when you've already gotten it. We all a hot mess. Anyway, sorry. I don't know why. All of that is a lot. I got my own shit. You know what I mean? But I do share certain principles because I believe when it comes to women, I love watching reaction videos on YouTube. It's one of the things I do just for fun to keep me balanced and not stressed out. When it's whether it's for music or movies. And I love watching people of different races watch the musical genres and movie genres of different races, of opposite races. It's the most hilarious shit. Anyway, and it teaches us more. It helps us to understand more about each other. And I think that people are learning a lot, you know. By doing that, it makes you more compassionate to people you probably would have been racist towards, or just, give some space to because they're racist or whatever it is, or that are, you just have a proclivity to be, what's the word? Oh, what's the word? Standoffish with people who are different from you. And that's normal for all races. That's normal. Anywho, let me pull a couple more cards to see what God is saying about where we're at. Yeah, See? God wants us to receive the best in all things. Definitely there's money, a windfall of money coming. There's advice for how to get there and assistance from others to help us get there. Some of you are going to fall in love. Maybe you're young and you're going to fall in love with a water sign who's young like you. This is someone new, or just someone new who has a young spirit. Water signs, especially Pisces, have a very young energy, even to old age. I have a very young energy. Like I'm so playful, you know. But some of you are going to give birth to a male water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And he's going to be such a free spirit. And he's going to be romantic. And people are going to be drawn to him. Maybe he's born to be a great actor, but in a spiritual, like a certain spiritual energy. See? Some of you are going to give birth or meet a young earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Someone very dependable, very loyal, very stable. Or you're working on becoming that yourself, or you're going to give birth to a child who is that way. And he's going to be that way from a very young age. Very young and very, kind of mature. One more. Damn. 3 of Cups. What is 3 of Cups in the other? Oh, I haven't done this in a while. Ooh, 4 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. See? 4 of Wands is your destiny, Divine Feminine. But what gets in the way of it is our ego, his ego, our secrets, his secrets, or the secret of not knowing who is your masculine, taking up too much of your time, right? Being stuck in things you've done in your life experience over and over and over, being stuck in that Groundhog Day type of thing. So let's see. 2 of Cups is soulmate. 3 of Cups is, I think it's having fun, partying, but sometimes it's third party situations. So there might be some news that's worth celebrating. This is what God wants to tell you. You're going to get some good news, or there are going to be weddings to go to. Maybe you're going to be getting married. Graduations, people are going to be graduating. Births, didn't we just talk about people having babies? So yeah, a lot of this good news is coming. A lot of these great accomplishments is coming. Like it's here. Okay, let's see what this is. Some of us, what we need to clear up is overthinking. Overthinking in every area of our lives. Like I said, create a very simple routine, daily routine for yourself. Wake up at the same time every morning. I woke up today at 3:50. But wake up at the same time every morning, even if it's like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, you will and have your prayer, clean yourself up, go for a walk your dogs, feed your animals, whatever it is. Read scripture, read enlightening books. I have such a library of books on my laptop and my tablet. And every time I get some money, every time I get paid, I pay my library. I purchase more enlightening books, more books on diet and fasting, just all kinds of things that I'm naturally curious about. Yeah. Someone may send you a message, a text message, an email message, a voicemail message saying they feel like you abandoned them. But there's something, maybe, listen, you can't carry someone else's development, but what you can do for them is give them a message or give them a response that enables them to imagine stability for themselves. And you also have to let people know what you don't allow into your life. Not that you give them a roadmap to your heart. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stop doing that. Are, ooh, players are a mess. Players are masquerading as soulmates, whereas you're destined for a soulmate. Don't teach nobody how to be your soulmate. Don't do that. They get in the way of your happiness, right? By keeping you on a player's cycle, going round and round forever, because they have you in a queue with however many other people. No, 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 no. You let them know. You know what will work for you without telling them what will work for you. Because either they're going to authentically be that, or they need to go on about their business and get themselves together. But yeah, someone that you are naturally happy with, naturally, authentically, easily happy with, that's a soulmate. Okay? So let me know in the comments how this resonated with you. I don't know why all this stuff came up, even for myself, but it's relevant and it's pertinent and it's important to the journey. All right? Again, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Peace.